So it's been a while since I've given you guys a War Thunder replay, so I thought I'd do one for today, and it's a replay sent in by Blitz90. Now Blitz is in his P51D-20 Mustang. The P51 Mustang in War Thunder is renowned for having amazing maneuverability, fantastic top speed, and good payload in terms of armament. It has 6x 12.7mm M2 Browning machine guns. Now, because the P51 Mustang has such a good array of armament with its M2 Browning machine guns, it's a fantastic fighter plane. It also can be used as a ground attack plane with a choice of 1,000-pound bombs and an array of rockets. So this variant of the Mustang is the P51D-20. This Mustang is a premium version of the -30, which is in the tech tree. Now these two planes are largely the same. They have the same battle rating, the same size, the same rate of climb, the same speed, and the same armament. But the P51-20 is the one to go for if you don't have the time to spam down the tech tree. So in terms of real life, the P51 was regarded as one of the best fighters of World War II and was the Americans' best fighter. As a prototype, the P51 was initially designated as a ground attack aircraft, as the initial engine lacked good speed at high altitude. Because the P51's initial engine was underpowered at high altitude, the P51's engine was replaced by the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. This meant that the Mustang was able to fly at much higher altitudes at higher speeds, which really showed how powerful the P51 was. Despite being designed and produced in the United States, the Royal Air Force of the United Kingdom was the first air force to operate the Mustang. The first Mustangs were built to British requirements. These Mustangs were known as the North American Mustang Mark 1s to the Mark 1As, to the 2s, to the 4s, and to the 4As. You will recognise in the British War Thunder aviation tech tree that there are a few premium Mustangs there. The P51 was used widely in the United States Air Force, and it was exported to many countries as well. A grand total of 8,156 of the P51Ds were made. So overall, the capability of the P51 is outstanding. It truly was one of the best fighters of the Second World War. So this is BlitzGamer90 on the preparation for landing on Hokkaido Realistic Battle. So I've had the game on throughout the background, and you have noticed a few things. First things first is, as soon as Blitz went into this game, there were 3 planes missing on his team. Apparently there was a team killer which killed 2 people and then was banned. So that's minus 3 planes within a very short space of time, and it gives his team a massive disadvantage. You will notice that all of the enemy planes are available except for 3 that were knocked out, and on Blitz's team at this point in the game there are only 4 allied planes available. Now Blitz has been quite quiet at the moment, he hasn't seen anyone until now. There's a Spitfire at 1.5 kilometers away. The enemy shot past him there. He's not going to engage, he's going to go and do a full nosedive to assist his allies and outspeed the plane behind him. Now that plane behind him is no threat. The speed of the Spitfire isn't quite as good as the P51 Mustang. So he's doing a nosedive here, he's catching speed, losing altitude, he's leveling off around 500 kilometers per hour, and he's nosediving towards his allies where he's seen another Spitfire. Now the Spitfire is coming straight at him at around 2.5, coming in very quickly. He's going to get his guns to focus this guy down, fire just before he gets within range, and he finishes him off. He kills the pilot and he knocks out the plane. So that's 1 down, and there's still 4 on his team versus now 5 on their team. So he's seen a plane below him, he's thinking of doing a nosedive, trying to assist his allies. There's only 3 allies left on his team other than him, and his team is at a big disadvantage. So he's doing a nosedive on the Firefly to try and knock him out. This plane is majestic and very fast. Look how fast he's going here. 800 kilometers per hour in a full nosedive, getting closer and closer to this Firefly, 1.2 kilometers away, right on top of him. Take your time. Shot the wing, knocked out the rudder, and he's down. So after that engagement, he's leveling off, he's not gaining altitude, otherwise he would sacrifice speed. There is a plane behind him, closing in on him at around 1.5 kilometers. Now if he maintains his speed and not gains altitude, he can very easily avoid that plane. Now you see the Spitfire is turning away, he knows he's not going to catch up anytime soon, he's gaining altitude, and this is the perfect time for Blitz to turn around and take out the Spitfire. Those 2 enemy planes are lurking around that B-25 and are looking to take him down. 2 allied planes have been knocked out in the last few seconds, and an enemy plane as well. He's going towards the Spitfire, very close distance, firing just before he gets within range, knocks him out very quickly, and now he's going for the second Spitfire. So there's a Firefly and a Spitfire trying to take out the allied B-25, which is the only ally available in this game apart from Blitz. He's now heading towards the Spitfire and the Firefly. He sees the Spitfire in his sights. He's going to fire a couple of quick shots with stealth ammunition, and he knocks him out. But unfortunately, the enemy knocked out his ally as well. So it's just now him versus 3 enemy planes. So there's one on his tail. It looks like the Beaufighter, and the Beaufighter is fantastic one-on-one. There's a Firefly in front of him, very quick angle, firing into the wing of him. Oh, hit the rudder, but did knock him out. Looking at the chat now, it seems the Spitfire has crashed. So the last plane available on the enemy team is the Beaufighter. So far, Blitz is the last plane on his team, and the Beaufighter is the last on their team. So it's one-on-one. So Blitz game is gaining altitude. He's very slow though, only around 300 kilometers per hour. But he's now really high above the battlefield. He can have a look below him to see where the enemy fighters are. The Beaufighters are great at attacking ground targets and planes with very low maneuverability like bombers, but can't really turn around very quickly. When assault planes like the Beaufighter decide to turn, they do lose a lot of speed and can very easily be outmaneuvered. Blitz has the advantage here of altitude, and the Beaufighter isn't overly fast. So Blitz has seen the Beaufighter. He is on his rear and his tail, and he's trying to gain altitude, but he's losing speed and he just can't catch up. So at this point, Blitz has a huge advantage. All he really needs to do is turn this thing around. He's above the target, he has faster speed than the target, so turn it around and then get the enemy from the rear. So that's exactly what he does. He's turned this thing around right on top of the target, and the Beaufighter is very sluggish, can't maintain very good speed. He's right on top of him, the Beaufighter's well out the way. He has so much time now, he can just take his time. Perfect angle to fire at him, firing in the rear, set him on fire, knocked out his engines, and killed the Beaufighter. It's a great game to Blitz Gamer, and the P-51 Mustang is a fantastic plane. This is an arcade battle, this is a realistic battle, and 5 kills is quite a lot. So he not only went into the game with a disadvantage, he carried the game and won it for the team. Okay, so this is the battle result. So as you can see, aircraft destroyed is 5, 3 critical hits, he hit targets 13 times, and as you can see, he got a plethora of XP and credits. So thank you very much to Blitz Gamer for sending it in. I don't play War Thunder enough, and when I do, I quite often play ground forces, but seeing a nice fighter duel every so often is a pleasure, so thank you very much for sending it in. If you guys want to send in your War Thunder replays from ground forces to aerial combat, by all means send it my way to ubiru0@gmail.com. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.